What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about freelancing for dummies.
Yeah, so I figured we could just go into topics about what you're going to need to do, what you're going to need to have as a freelancer in order to be successful. So that way you're not spinning your wheels, aimlessly looking for clients, aimlessly trying to figure out what to do and how to manage your time. It's really important that you as a freelancer are still structured. You still have a schedule, you still have a system in order to actually make money, actually get your projects done, stuff like that.
Let's say you're someone who wants to be an entrepreneur and who wants to freelance. One trick that you could get started right now, today, if you wanted to. Go to Fiverr or Upwork or Bark or anything like that and search create a logo. And you find someone who's making logos for $5, right? You hire them to make a logo, then you flip it and you sell it for $50. Boom, there's $45. You don't have to create anything and you're just making money off other people's services. But there's also many other tools such as Canva and Placeit that you could make these logos yourself without even having to hire someone. So there's a lot of options when it comes to freelancing.
If you want to be a freelancer and you don't really know a lot about business, you don't really know a lot about service providing, you're really going to have to create systems for yourselves. When you're going to wake up, when you're going to start working, when you're going to stop working, what platforms you're going to use to sell your products. A lot of people think that freelancing is just willy-nilly, like I'm just going to wake up when I want and I'm going to, I might make a website today. Like that's not how it is. You still have to be very proactive. In order to be proactive and productive, you need some kind of system. You can't just wake up and expect things to happen. You really need some kind of way to manage yourself. Would you agree?
I agree fully. Get a whiteboard. Go to Staples or whatever. Buy a big whiteboard, as big as you can find. Pop it on your wall and just write out your schedule.
Whiteboards are awesome. Right?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, and they're extremely cheap. It's a good tool to use to just write down your ideas.
Yeah.
Another thing that is very similar to a whiteboard is like a project management system.
Of course.
So there's things like Monday.com, there's Slack, there's Salesforce for leads and stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend getting some kind of like project management system.
It is crucial. It is crucial because let's say you reach out to someone about, let's say you're making websites, right? You want to remember what they said to you.
Another thing you need is a calendar. So you need to be able to be accountable for, attending certain meetings you have with your clients or making sure that you're getting certain projects done. So make sure you have some kind of calendar. What I love to use is Calendly.
Yeah.
Calendly is a great tool to book people for certain dates, and it connects with your iCalendar, which is on your phone.
When you start freelancing, not only do you need to build a system, you need to set your prices so then you're not like scrambling around when they say how much is it. You need to have a price set in your head that you always charge for this kind of person, because you're going to be dealing with, some people have a lot of money. You need to have your big money prices. Some people can't afford much. You need to have your low money prices, but they need to be set in stone so you're not just coming up with numbers on the top of your head randomly, because people can tell like you're just saying a random number. It's pretty obvious. You really don't need to tell a client on the phone what your price is. What you need to say is, well, let me send you an invoice or let me send you a project overview and the prices will be on there and also everything it includes, because then you have time to think about how much you want to charge and stuff like that.
You need to have pricing structure and you need to be able to justify the price.
Yep.
So if you just come up with a random number, like, oh, that'll be $3,000, and you can't explain why that's $3,000, you're not going to make a lot of sales.
No.
So you can either say, oh, well, it takes me this many hours and this is my hourly rate, or you can say, hey, this is how much the market is paying for this kind of service, and that's why I'm charging this kind of premium. So make sure that I agree, you need a pricing structure. It's also good to have it already set in stone, like you said, because you don't want to just you don't want to spend every single day trying to come up with an appropriate price. Let's say you charge $5,000 for a website. You can kind of make a good guess that $5,000 is going to cover every kind of website that you're going to make, whether it's a simple website or a complex website. If somebody can't afford your services, just offer a discount on that price. You don't have to constantly give people a new price every time, because then they're not going to consider your time valuable.
In the project overview that you send to them, you can say, price for website, let's say $5,000. So they can see like, wow, he usually charges $5,000, but I'm getting a $2,300 discount. It's important that they see that, because that makes them want to go with you, saying like, oh, he's working with me, you know what, let's just do it.
As a freelancer, the one thing that, separates you from just some dude to, a service provider that they're going to pay money is your legitimacy. So if you don't have a website, they are going to think you're less legitimate. Or if you don't have a portfolio, you're going to be less legitimate. So that's kind of what you need as a freelancer, is legitimacy. Because people, they're not looking for some random dude to make their website. They want a professional. They want to pay someone who's going to do the job right. So that's something you have to have as a freelancer, is legitimacy.
Definitely.